Good morning, everybody. It's been quite a minute since I posted a video. Life's been a little bit crazy, but we're back now, posting a couple things. For those of you guys who are new here, welcome. Thanks for subscribing and stopping by. My name is Bill. I do a lot of bike shit, fabricating stuff, and just having good times, and I figured I'd record some of it. So if you guys like that kind of stuff, stick around and share it with a buddy. Last video, I talked about the CB750 and some of the throttle problems we were having with it. Since that video, I've gotten everything kind of taken apart. I sanded these bars down for some extra clearance, and then I took this throttle housing and I left it in my truck to trim down with a cutoff wheel to get this thing looking smooth and fitting the throttle grip. And unfortunately, I left it in the truck for a little bit too long and it melted. So now it does not even go on the handlebars. It's pretty much seized up, so this is garbage and I cannot use it anymore. So I ordered a new one of these. It's a very specific one from Murray himself, so I ordered a new one of those, and we're going to see if that can just slap right on here, and the bike should be pretty much done after that. So that's the update on this. I'm going to hop on the Victory right now, get some gas, and update you guys on a couple of other things, so stay tuned. Alright, we are back on the road here. Filled this pig up with gas. It's 108 degrees out, which is pretty toasty, but it was spend $30 and fill the bike up, or spend $130, max the pump out, and almost fill my truck up. So I opted to sweat it out a little bit and ride the bike. Plus, like I said, it's been a really long time since I posted a video. Life's been a little bit crazy, and it's also been super hot out, so not a lot of opportunities to go ride that isn't slightly miserable. But there has been quite a few of you guys who have subscribed to the channel since I posted the last video. Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. This is my 2017 Victory Highball, picking up where we left off. Basically, I picked up this bike. It's been a dream bike for a long time of mine, and I picked this thing up to enable me to do some more projects, basically by having a bike that was new, fuel injected, reliable, and plenty of room to push some miles on the highway. And yeah, so that was kind of the loose plan, and now that I have it, I've already started that process. So for those of you guys who have been with me from the beginning, you've seen the first bike I had, which was a 1998 Honda Magna that I hardtailed and chopped up, very similar to Do It With Dan's bike, which is you know, kind of what got me into that bike and into YouTube in general. I did let that bike go and I sold it. I would have loved to have kept it. It was a great bike. It was running great. It looked great. But while it was still worth something, I decided to let it go in order to enable me getting this thing and getting some of the mods done on it. So as you saw in the beginning of the video, the CB750 is pretty much all ironed out. I did have the throttle housing melt in my truck, and that's just what happens, I guess, when it's like, I don't know, probably 115 plus inside the truck, just sitting on the dashboard. So that's my fault. But new one of those is coming. I should be able to get that thing on there and fire the bike right up, because it was running great before I was having those throttle issues, and I do feel confident that that should get that all ironed out. And the next step for that bike is honestly going to be, I'm just going to give it a pretty small shakedown, just put some miles on it, make sure everything's running good. I did spend a ton of time on this thing. I mean, I've had that bike for probably like 2 or 3 years, and I just haven't really been super stoked about it. I mean, it's turning out great, don't get me wrong. The tank looks nice, the cafe job is awesome with the aggressive tires, and you know, the overall theme is great, and it's even running good, and it's a pretty quick bike. But you know, the cafe scrambler thing is just not what I'm looking for right now. So I think the plan is going to be to go ahead and just get rid of that bike as well and go down to just one, which is this guy. And I'm not sure how fast or not fast that bike's going to sell. I know a lot of people like the cafe scene, and a lot of people really like those dual overhead cam CB750s, so maybe it'll sell quick, maybe it won't. I'm not sure. But that'll leave me with just this guy, which, if you remember when I first got this bike in that video, I basically spelled out the plan. And the plan was, now that I have a bike that's new, it's reliable, it's going to start every time, and it's done. It's where I want it. All the modifications I could ever want are finished. Now that that's taken care of, I can get something else that's a little bit more extreme. What I mean by that is, the next project I get is going to be the bike's gonna go all the way down to just the frame, and I'm probably gonna cut the frame. I'm gonna cut probably more than 60% of the frame off of the bike, and either replace it, build it, put a kit on it, something of those sorts. It's gonna be a little bit of a goofy build. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be allowed to do a lot of things that you couldn't really get away with on a lot of other types of bikes, just because of the nature of the theme of this thing. So it's going to be a really good project, and it's also going to be the very first bike, aside from this one, that is going to be a full start to finish build on the channel, which is going to be cool. So I'm going to go through getting the bike, you know, first impressions on it, hopefully getting one that's relatively stock, because it's a little bit of an older bike. And once I get that all taken care of, I'm going to start ironing out all the mods I can do and kind of getting a theme going, and it should be a really good time, a lot of fun, and a lot of good content for people to watch. And it's a super popular platform, so to speak, for people to modify, so hopefully a lot of you guys will enjoy that. But anyways, that's enough about that. So but yeah, that's the update on the Victory. The Magna and the CB750 will be going. The Magna's already gone. Look forward to that new stuff in the future. It's pretty hot out, so I'm trying to figure out what else I can do other than ride in the blistering heat. I might do some videos on making some furniture. I'm doing all of my furniture in my house right now out of metal and wood, so I'm doing some welding. It's all just 90-degree angles and square tubing, nothing insane. But if that's something you guys want to see, let me know in the comments, because I can certainly film some of that just to get a video out. Otherwise, I'll just be hunting for that the next donor bike for the project, and waiting for the weather to cool down. So I do appreciate you guys tuning in. This isn't going to be a super long video. I just really wanted to get out there and post something. I do have a question though. I've been working on trying to figure out kind of the best way to get this thing clean and keep it detailed, and the matte paint on it was proving a little bit of a challenge early on. I did end up figuring out a good detail spray for matte paint. I'm using some Dr. Beasley's, but if you guys have any other recommendations for like matte paint detail spray, drop it down below in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And the other thing I'm having a problem with is actually the engine on this bike. Almost the entire bike, the frame, the engine, the handlebars, the triple trees, it's all like this crinkle matte, like bed liner material, which is great. It looks really, really good, but it really takes in a lot of the dust, and it's kind of getting this like brown tinge to it, and I don't want to spray something on there that's gonna like splotch and make it really oily. So if you guys know of any way to detail that kind of stuff, just let me know, and I'd be more than happy to give it a shot, because I'm looking on how to do this. That was my first bike right there, a Honda Shadow, bobbed and chopped in the back. That's cool shit. It's good to see other people riding them, especially when it's hot outside. Alright guys, well, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one.